Well, good evening. Jody Murray, FresnoB.com, and Marek Warszawski, B Sports columnist. And forgive me for my kind of plastered look here. I was out there on the field as the Bulldogs did their best Marco Scutero imitation in a 31-28 come-from-behind victory over UNLV. Resilience, if anything, Mark, is one of the words that comes to mind with what we saw with the Bulldogs tonight.
Sure, and that's not a quality we've seen out of this team, all season. It's kind of one of those teams that when something goes against them, they kind of go to the canvas and they don't get up again. Well, tonight they got back up. Maybe they didn't have a devastating calls go against them, but they had some penalties and, a couple touchdowns they gave up, or at least one that maybe they, lived in the first quarter, the first half that they regretted. But, it's a team that faced a 2-touchdown deficit. They missed a couple field goals. And they still managed to come back. And, and it was quite a scene late in the fourth quarter. When Fresno State had the lead, UNLV got a long run by their quarterback. They were driving, and then the skies just opened up, and you were caught in it. And us in the press box is an open-air press box, and we just got absolutely soaked. It was a scramble to save the computers and cell phones from being short-circuited.
It was awesome.
And, it was just a wild scene, and certainly, at the end of the game, UNLV had the ball, I think, at the 32-yard line, and it was raining so hard that they didn't go for a long field goal there. The kicker's got a boot, too. He's kicked, I think, field goals from that distance.
Yeah,
and Tony Sanchez decided not to go for the field goal there because it was raining so hard. So kind of the rain gods and the football gods smiled at Fresno State today, Jody, when you lose the way that they've been losing. So tonight, just to see something different, to see these guys happy with a smile on their face, to see there wasn't that many fans here tonight, Jody, but the ones
25,000
25,000 for it was 25,604, which is the smallest crowd since 2011. But you know what? They were happy at the end, and when it was raining, I don't think they minded at all, and they got to celebrate a Bulldog win, and it's been a while, So
a 5-game losing streak snapped. Let's go back to the storyline, the biggest storyline for the last couple of weeks. Kilton Anderson, the quarterback. What did you see?
It was his second career start, and he showed marked improvement over his first start, Jody. And the biggest thing you noticed was on the read option plays. And those are the plays where it's kind of a, it's the pistol, kind of Nevada pistol type of football here, where the quarterback can either keep the ball or he can give it to the running back, Martez Waller. Last week, Kilton showed that he didn't really show that he really wanted to keep the ball very often. He handed the ball a couple times to Martez in times where he should have kept it and he would have gained yards. Obviously, he was watching film this week. He learned from those mistakes, and we saw that on the first drive where he came tearing out for 35 yards on a read option. It looked like UNLV was totally unprepared for that, like they had never actually seen a quarterback run. And Kilton, he didn't commit any turnovers. He passed with more accuracy today than we've seen. Maybe he didn't throw the ball downfield like Derek Carr or anything, but they drew up some plays, dialed up some plays to get him comfortable. And at the end, he was actually making some pretty decent throws.
That last drive, he was clicking. Last drive.
He was 19 of 31 for 193 yards. Not bad. He didn't throw any touchdown passes, but he ran for 2. Martez, I believe, ran for 2. I think so. So that was those were the touchdowns they needed. So I don't think it changes the season outcome or season outlook for the Bulldogs. They're still a 2-5 team at this point, 1-3 in the conference. But hey, this is a team that desperately, and a program that desperately needed.
Oh, absolutely.
No question. The heat was on. My column today talked about athletic director Jim Barco's options with the coaching staff and Tim Druder's guaranteed contract. So maybe the Bulldogs read that today and were a little bit inspired. I don't know. I doubt it. But it was I did call them soft, so maybe they read that. But anyway, it was just good to see something different and some fight out of this team and some resiliency. And defensively, they played pretty well also. They limited UNLV. The UNLV got some points and yards, but, I think they were, looking at the stats, Fresno State held UNLV to 4.2 yards per play. That's a pretty good average. Anytime you're under 5, that's really good. It was a much better performance by the defense. And some of the younger guys, made big plays. Justin Green with the big sack at the end on the quarterback Pollandek, on 4th down there to kind of preserve the victory. So that's one of the young guys that's playing this year. So, it was good to see. Edgerrain also had a really big game, too.
Well, thanks a lot. I'm going to go grab a towel and dry off a little bit more. Have a good week. This is Jody Murray, FresnoB.com for Marek Warszawski. Take care.